So I saw Moon Knight. Yep, and honestly, it wasn't bad. Like, Disney Plus has been a mixed bag for me. It's been good and it's been bad. It's been worse and it's been great. But this show, it started out weird, bro. Like, episode 1 review time. The main villain put glass in his feet, I guess, as a sign of religious penance or devotion or whatever, and it was actually crazy. Like, that was a crazy way to open out this episode. And then we open it with our boy Mark Spector, or at least one of his personas. Not my favorite persona, not gonna cap. Like, he's pretty goddamn squirrely, and I'm not a fan of squirrely characters. I hate characters who are just like bumbling idiots, because it doesn't make no sense. This man is in his mid-30s and he's acting as if he's a 21-year-old Tom Holland. Like, stop acting like that. Like, Marvel, why do you like showing men at they like weakest and most vulnerable and most idiotic? Like, this guy looks like I could beat him up. Not like, seriously, like, it's not impressive. Like, the man is scared and terrified of everything. He's sweaty. It's just all around lame. I did not like that, but I will not lie to you, that's the only part of this episode I did not like. Like, for some reason, Marvel finally decided to tell a good story instead of pushing politics. I will say he does get talked down a lot in this in the first episode. Like, this random Karen just completely disrespects him at his job, and it's kind of dumb. I don't get why they need to do that. Like, it's really unnecessary. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the scenes are actually kind of funny. I will give them props for that. Like I said, it's the things I don't like about this episode, they're really just nitpicks. But yeah, I like the way they build up on Moon Knight, you know, because that's the money right there. That's the selling. If you want to introduce us to Moon Knight, you got to do that shit right. And I love how much they're trying to sprinkle in a little bit of violence in there. Like, because every time he blacks out, he turns into Moon Knight, or at least Mark Spector and then Moon Knight. I'm not particularly sure how it works. Is it like he turns to Mark Spector and then he summons his own power? Because, like, from what I know about Moon Knight, yes, I did my research. From what I know about Moon Knight, Mark Spector can, like, he's basically Mark Spector, but Moon Knight is just his powers, I guess, because Moon Knight isn't like a separate persona. So that much I understand. So yeah, I'm not sure where the other persona is gonna like factor in. Mr. Knight, I'm not gonna cap, Mr. Knight looks amazing, like drippy as all hell. Like, this is probably the first superhero that looks cleaner than a man. That man is clean, and I ain't even seen him in action yet. Like, I already know he is finna steal the show. I'm capping. I love Moon Knight. Marvel's Batman is in session, and I feel like, yeah, they were kind of banking on this being the Marvel Batman. We know they really are pushing like the maturity level in this, because there are scenes in here where you question, what did Moon Knight do to these people? Because, like, every time he blacks out, like I said, he does black out and turn into Mark. It's just like, it's crazy because you don't know. And I think that's good. And apparently, Khonshu, there we go. They're doing like a Venom thing with Khonshu, and that's something that's not really a nitpick. I don't like that. Like, even from the way Khonshu is talking, no. Marvels, please stop emulating this. Like, this is not a good template. It really turned me off of Khonshu because he looks terrifying. And that part I fuck with. They should have really leaned into that. Leaned into the aspect of Khonshu being like this angry, vengeful god or something like that. Instead, they're going the Venom route, and we all know how I feel about that. Stop making characters who are serious goofy as hell. Like, stop doing that shit, Marvel. Like, it really did take me out of the goddamn episode. I am not gonna lie to you. I did not appreciate that in any capacity. Like, no, Kevin Feige, stop making your characters goofy. Like, you don't want to scare the kids, I get it, and it is on Disney Plus, but you decided to make a character who has literal personality disorder. So you made your bed, sleep in it. Like, you don't always gotta cater to children, Kevin Feige. Like, stop this shit. Like, we as grown adults watching a character brutalize people. Kids are watching this regardless. Just lean into it. So yeah, that's another thing I did not like about it. It's really fucking annoying. Not gonna cap to you. So yeah, it's really annoying. But yeah, Aside from that, everything else about this episode was amazing. The jackal was terrifying, and even though I barely got a good look at it, it's still pretty cool. And like the way he was conversing with his personality right before the end of the episode, where he was like, "I can save us," and then he gave in to the chaos. You know what I'm saying? From, like, that was a line from the trailer, and they kind of echoed it in the first episode. I loved it. It was pretty cool. He was like giving in to what he needed to survive. I love it. He was digging into that primal urge to live, and I dig that, because you could, bro, Oscar Isaac, you killed it, bro. Killed it. I can get why people wouldn't like the first episode, because they're not showing what Marvel usually shows, like bombastic action and goofiness and jokes. I can get why the average 12-year-old MCU fan wouldn't like this, but if you're an adult, you can get past some exposition. You can get past some quote-unquote boring moments. But yeah, if you're a grown adult, you can understand why this episode is amazing. Like, even the mundane parts of the episode I was enjoying, because I never knew what was going to happen. Like, I didn't know what was going on in his head, and apparently Mark set up a date, and, you know, I guess Stephen Grant, I think that's his squirrely personality. I don't know, that might be the villain's name, probably not, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, the squirrely personality, that's just what I'm going to call him throughout, because I really don't like his personality, and I feel like we're going to be following him for the most part. Really trash, not a fan of it. But everything else, top notch. Like, Kevin Feige, you outdone yourself. I was actually enjoying this episode. Props, my bro. Props. You did good. You did good. I want to see episode 2 now. But now we have to talk about Moon Knight himself, Mark Spector. My guy. This guy is intimidating. Yes, he is Marvel's Batman in this universe. This man is brutal. He came in clutch at the very end of the episode, and man, this man killed that jackal with his bare hands. Like, he kicked it, he did the classic, you know, let him get up moment. It was awesome. Let him get up. It was a moment you seen in the trailer. It was amazing. And once again, Khonshu's design is spot on from the comics. Like, he looks exactly like Khonshu. Like, they went full-blown comic book accuracy. And honestly, the way I feel about Mark Spector's Moon Knight persona's redesign, I'm not gonna lie to you, I actually prefer this one. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a strong departure from the standard MCU military look for all of the MCU costumes and shit like that. Like, it looks like they was like going full on for the Egyptian mummy look. I dig it, dog. Like, it was really clean. Like, in the cap, Oscar Isaac probably could have put on a few extra pounds of muscle. Just saying. Maybe that's just me. But then again, Moon Knight isn't really the biggest guy. Okay, never mind. Anyway, point of this video is Moon Knight was awesome. Check it out. Not too bad. Actually, great. First start. The cinematography was decent. Nothing really too different from what we see out of the MCU, but the way they use it is really interesting. So yeah, honestly, if I had to rank this first episode, I'm gonna give it a solid, honestly, a 9.5. Like, it was really good. I digged it. The acting was on point. It felt really good. The villain actually was out of pocket, so I enjoyed that too. The dude's really weird, and he has this really friendly vibe about him. Like, you know he's crazy, but he's kind of friendly about it. So yeah, I dig it. And yeah, that's the end of this video. Peace out.